Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant for Kate, new movie on Netflix that normally would greatly excite me and did when I started to watch the trailer, but something goes wrong here and it all goes back to a very basic screenwriting principle. Let's get into it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books, links in the description. Woke a novel, now an audiobook as well. Hollywoke, another novel, political satire, and of course the Pineys books 1 through 6, comedy horror in South Jersey, book 7 dropping soon. All available at Amazon. Kindle Unlimited is free. If you want to support the channel, get Joan some treats, right, little Joan? Joan had good walkies today. So Kate is a classic setup. Woody Harrelson is also in the movie as, I think, her mentor. Anyhow, Kate is an assassin, because, you know, there's so many of those running around. She's set on a hit, but she for the king of the Yakuza in whatever city she's in, but she's been poisoned. Wah, wah, wah. So she has to figure out who poisoned her before she dies and maybe get unpoisoned. So she goes on a tear, killing Japanese gangsters across the city in her car, which is lit up with neon lights. It's a pretty cool looking car, I'll say that. But this trailer, and I suspect this movie, breaks the rule of show, don't tell me. Right? So there's plenty of show in here, in that they show Kate kicking butt, doing what she needs to do, but then they have this young female character who's going to, let's see if I can find her, lead her around her, and keep saying how great Kate is. Really undermines the whole narrative. Really does. It's one thing to have a fanboy character in the mix, but it's another to keep saying, oh, you're all going to die because Kate's awesome and she's going to kick ass and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was too much just in this trailer. I can't imagine watching the movie. What a freaking turnoff on a movie I should be loving life with. A hot female protagonist who's going to kill a bunch of bad guys and, looked like a great setup. The poisoning thing is a great thing. Produced by the guys who did Atomic Blonde, which I still haven't seen, but I hear is great. This is another scene where she's just bragging about Kate. I mean, there's only so much of that you could do where you got to do it in a way that doesn't sound like that. September 10th. So, I'm really down on this movie because of that. Show, don't tell, screenwriters. Show, don't tell. Show us why Kate is cool. And you did. You didn't need all that extra dialogue. You're just reinforcing what we already know. See these guys? That's an expression. Oh, wow. Right? You know Kate killed that guy. It's a classic setup. But you went too far. On top of the fact that hitman, hit woman thing is just being beaten to death now. Thanks, John Wick. I mean, look, I get it. You like John Wick. It's a good excuse for action, but, hitmen are extremely rare. They're extremely rare. Okay? Most crime organizations, they're just not big enough to want them. And the ones that have them now would be like the cartels. And they spend most of their time assassinating their own guys, really. Keeping people in line. They're enforcers, really. Enforcers. This idea of the freelance hitman or hit one. A couple of times, maybe, I've seen some stuff about it, but it's hard to say. These people live in the shadows. If one really existed, do you think you'd really know about them? It's a romanticized notion. And then on top of that, they're so rare. On top of that, you're going to tell me that a person like that's going to really, they're a good person deep down. They kill people for a living to make money, but deep down they're a good person. I mean, even great show Barry with Bill Hader. It's about a hitman. At least that one was very realistically done. His background was he came out of the Afghanistan war after being a sniper there. I mean, that made a whole lot of sense. That's where people like that would come from. They would have great training, great skills, and no place to use them until, you know. But that's not even the problem with this movie. The problem with this is it undermines itself with that character. Ugh, I can't tell you what a turnoff that is. And it's a shame. On top of the fact, you know, she's female and she's tossing around stuntmen like they're made out of paper. But you can overlook that for the sake of the movie. You're going to be totally annoyed with the fangirl character saying how great Kate is. You just will. Because that is telling me the movie's good. Don't tell me the movie's good. Show me it's good. Show me it's good. You know? And, yeah. So, big rookie mistake here. Makers of Kate. Big rookie mistake. I suspect you could have cut back on the dialogue of this particular character and you'd have yourself a female John Wick. Also, the car is too flashy. Let's be honest. A person who does this kind of thing, again, has to live in the shadows. You don't drive around in a flashy car where everybody can see you lit up. You just don't do that. Okay? So, Kate. Check it out. It's on Netflix. If you already got Netflix, it's not costing you more. I'm not a big fan of Netflix myself. I still got a free subscription. So occasionally I look at stuff. But this is something I'm going to skip.